Okay. No.
Hello, welcome to my brief introduction to Timetoast. Alright, the first thing you're going to need to do is to go to timetoast.com. Just go up to the browser bar and type it in, www.timetoast.com. Once you are on the website, you can take a look at different things. You do not need an account in order to browse other people's timelines, but you do need an account to create your own. So we're going to go up here to sign up and create a new account. Choose a username, something that you'll remember. The username cannot have any special characters or spaces, so I need to delete these spaces real quick. You need an email account in order to sign up. They'll send you a acknowledgement email. I personally don't like giving out my email, so I'm going to go to 10-minute mail and use a temporary account. And just Google 10-minute mail and it'll come up as the first one. Now there's a temporary email address. Make sure you don't close this page out when you leave it. Just click on the next tab, insert the email address. Create a password you'll remember, because if you use a temporary email, you will not be able to recover your password. That password has to be at least 6 characters. Agree to the terms and conditions, and then sign up. Now you need to go back to the 10-minute mail page, refresh it, and there's the email. Scroll down, click on the web link, and there it is. Now you're signed up, so now you can type in the username again, in this case Mr. Dcraft, and the password. If you are on a private computer, you can use the Remember Me, but in this case I'll leave that unchecked. You can close out these other tabs, you won't need them anymore. Now, with a new account, you won't have any timelines, so I'm going to click on Add a New Timeline. This is creating one for the first time. There's different options here. You need a title, so I'm going to choose the Revolutionary War as my title, something that's fairly easy for a history teacher. You can choose different categories. I'm going to put it in history, and I'm going to choose an image. You need to have the image on your hard drive. They only take JPEGs, and it has to be less than 3 megabytes. Now it's uploading the image, and click done, and there is my title and timeline. It'll take just a second here, and then I can add an event. Once again, there's different options. You can put a title, you can put a date in, you can insert a link, put a description, or you can choose an image. My title is going to be the Battle of Bunker Hill. Excuse my typing. 17 June 1775. I'm going to put in a short description here. And I'm going to insert a link. In this case, I'm going to go to Wikipedia, use their article as a resource for anyone viewing my timeline. Put it in here where it says URL. Now, one problem is that it will give you the HTTP, so you need to delete the extra one. I'll put in the link text. This is basically going to convert it to HTML for you. If you happen to be fluent in HTML, you could just do this right in the description box. Now click on Great Link. Now it gives you that HTML gobbledygook. I'm going to cut and paste it at the bottom so that my link appears after my description. And when I actually view this, it'll be a link. Now I'm going to add a different image than the one I had before. This one's of the death of a general at Bunker Hill. Alright. Done with that. Create the event. Now with the first event, they just have one, so they can't really give you a time span to look at. So I'm going to need to add a second event, or else it's not really a timeline, it's a time event. My second event, I'll just pick something easy, Declaration of Independence. The date's fairly simple. Of course I need to capitalize. Let's see what month. And 1776. I'm not going to put a link in this one, I'll just put a brief description. And then I'm going to choose an image. I'm going to use the image I used for the overall timeline because that's of the Declaration of Independence, and create a second event. Now I've got a timeline with 2 events on it, so it shows the time span. You can expand or contract that to fit whatever. If you want to narrow your timeline, if you have more than 2 events, you can do that just to show a limited number. But that's another time as far as using the timelines. Next, to time span. My time span, time spans have some limitations in Timetoast. You cannot add images, but it is a good way to show an event that took place over a long period of time, like the Revolutionary War as a whole. I'm just going to enter 2 dates. Now, when I use this with my students, if I tell them if they cannot find a date, to use January 1st as the month and the day default. So I'm just going to put January 1st, 1775 to January 1st, 1781. Not exact, but close enough for an example. Now if I click on either the time span or the events, it's going to still bring up the editing box because I am in editing mode. So if I want to make any changes, I can make the changes now. If I wanted to add more events, I could, but I'm done with this and I want to view the timeline in viewing mode. So I'll show you what it looks like. There, now the link is no longer HTML, now it's a hot link. It brings up the image a little bit larger. Here's my other one. No link on this one. And my time span. Time spans just aren't quite as interesting because of no image. Now this is a completed timeline, but no one except for me can see it because it's still private. To make it public, I need to go up to Your Timelines, click on that, and now they have two categories, draft timelines and public timelines. And you see the American Revolution is in the draft timelines. If I click on publish, it will make it public. And now anyone can see it. I just need to click on here and give them that link, and they will find the timeline. Thank you very much.